going on, you guys? So I haven't made a video in a while, and that's just mainly because of work. I was working 12 days straight. Yesterday I had off. Um, I also have this mic that I ordered off of the TikTok shop. I just wanted to give it a try. So if the audio does sound a little bit different, it's because I'm using this mic. Also, I got a shipment in for the Honda. Um, I've been like really abandoning the Honda, and brakes needed to be done a while ago. They aren't terrible and they aren't shot, but they are pretty bad. So I'll be doing that today, and the car wash, and then I'm probably gonna vacuum the car too, but I don't know because I have very little hours left in the day. I had to drop my mom off at 5:30 in the morning actually to her job. I go back to work tomorrow too. So and then I work the rest of the week. Um, but yeah, let's get into it. Start washing the car, and then we'll get on this new brake kit. It's nothing crazy. It's just like pretty much OEM basically. I was gonna say OEM plus, but I don't think it really is. But let's get into washing the car. All right, so it is kind of windy out right now, but I just want to show you the rotors. Like, or not the rotors, the actual wheels. Like, look how dirty that is. It's been like at least 2 weeks, at least, since I washed the car. And I've been driving it a good amount. Not anything crazy, but still. Um, I should have washed it. It looks like this car's been like abandoned almost. I mean, on camera it doesn't look too bad, but in person it's just like, yeah, go get a wash, bro. Um, like there's like little berries and stuff I didn't even take off that fell from the tree that where I parked the car. You get close, you can see all the grime, but let me stop wasting my own time and wash the car. Okay, so for whatever reason, I tried to put in a $5 bill and it didn't accept it. It was kind of ripped, but I tried a 10, still didn't accept it. So luckily I had quarters and was able to use those to pay. I actually ran out of quarters and I needed more time, so I went to like the cashier. There's like this cashier on the right. There's like this building. There's a self-serve and there's also like a drive-through, but I did the self-serve. This was definitely a lot more than where I usually go, but this is closer to my house, so technically speaking, I guess it'd be the same, like, because I would have to drive further, so spending more on gas. But anyways, I mean, I got the car as clean as I could. I was kind of rushing. I wasn't, trying to do the best job, but I'm just glad I got it washed. I didn't get to vacuum it today, but it at least needed like a quick wash because I didn't have time to vacuum it, to be honest. I mean, I could have, but I just didn't. I was in a rush the whole day. I wasn't really trying to perfect the art of washing a car just because I have so many things. I have so many things to do today. Okay, so basically here, the mic that I was using died. So I gave my friend Marco a call to see if he was home and if I could come by to do the brakes. Because like you guys know, I can't really do stuff here where I live, or else the superintendent will say something. But yeah, and then I honestly forget what I was talking about. But yeah, I shot some like clips going towards my boy's house. It's actually 12:15 right now in the morning, and I've been up since 5. Hopefully, I'm editing this right now, so I don't know if most of the clips are like this, but if they are, then I'm gonna have to voice over those clips too. Okay, so this is the layout of all the things I'm going to be using. Okay, so here I make it to my boy's crib, and he starts to take the like plastic the little straps, and then we start unpacking everything, set it up for when we have to install stuff. So I got rotors. New rotors are slotted, and new drum brakes for the back, as well as the pads, clips, and the pads for the drum brakes as well. I was explaining everything, but the problem is it's either the mic or when I connect to my car with Apple CarPlay, for some reason it loses connection. It happens with my phone too. I was connected to the mic from the TikTok shop, but I don't think it really has to do with the mic. But what I did figure out was that when I go to like a third-party app, the mic disconnects. So I guess it's to like save battery. It'll like turn off because it is a small mic. Alright, so we're gonna start off by doing the right side. These are the rotors I got. They're slotted. I don't know if it's really gonna add any performance, but we'll see. Well, not performance, but like brake quicker. Oh, damn. Okay, well these are the old ones. They aren't too bad. These actually look kind of bigger, unless I'm tripping.
It's just wonk, wonk.
Don't they look bigger? We'll see. We'll see once it's on there.
Yo, for
It looks bigger, but I don't think it actually is. Right now, I'm actually watching a YouTube video. Why you look? Alright, anyway, so right now we're actually watching a YouTube video. I watched this video before. I just want to make sure I don't mess anything up. So it's pretty much this bolt back here. They're both 12s. I'm gonna unscrew that and then loosen this just so this comes off, and then I can take the pads off. Okay, so I got both the bolts out. The 12, well, they're both 12s. Only problem is this little metal piece, it was like stuck onto the actual rotor. So yeah, but I'm taking these off now, the pads. And yeah. Okay, so now I have to get down into this bolt right here. The other one's behind here. They're both 17s. And that's it. That's so this can come off. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna try and do this again. We're gonna take a second take. Couldn't find a hammer, so we're gonna do it this way. So basically, this is what we're doing. You gotta see it. So basically, the microphone lost connection again. So what we had to do was I had to push up, and my boy grabbed onto the handle of the wrench as good as he could, and I pushed up, he pulled, and with time the bolt did come loose, but they are on there very tight, so you're gonna need a good amount of strength or even a pry bar to get that off. We sort of found that out later on on the left side. I just used a pry bar. I used the jack, what's it called, the extension part, and I was excited because we got it loose. Okay, so we got the bracket off. I put the new rotor on. It's not completely on because I gotta switch out these old brackets for these new ones, which are these right here, these ugly old ones, and then the pads. So basically the way you pull these off and replace them is it's literally you just pull them off like the old ones and then pop these ones right in. Next step is going to be, this actually came with lube for this basically right here. I'm gonna clean that off and then put some new lube on it. Okay, so I lubed up or greased up the brake pads, put the clips in. Now I'm gonna put all this stuff back on, and then we're gonna move forward to that stuff. Everything is pretty much the same, just in reverse. Oh, actually, I have to push the piston back. So if you guys are doing this as well, basically you open your brake reservoir thing and then push the piston back. Once it's back, you close it, And this, you do this on the same side, like on the other side. If you're, you know, like what's it called? Like once you push the piston back, like right now I'm doing it. I'm not doing it at the same time. I'm doing this one first, and then the left side. Just repeat on the other side. Once the piston's back, you close that because the liquid's gonna come up. And like the guy did say, if it overflows, just make sure to take some out. And I think there is one more step, but if there is, then I'll let you guys know before I start the drums. So we just got back from Harbor Freight because I picked this up. I actually needed this tool. It's a piston. It pushes the piston back. Oh, fuck. Did I put the cap back on? No, I didn't. Good. Okay. But basically it pushes the piston back. This was pretty cheap. It was like $8, something like that. And then once you push the piston back enough, put the cap back on, put this back on. And the thing is, bam, I wasn't actually able to, whoops, I wasn't able to put this rotor or caliper back on because the piston was pushed out. Regardless, you are going to want to do this. But yeah, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm not going to record it just because kind of running short on time and daylight. Not really time, but daylight. And that I've never done before. I've never done drum breaks. It doesn't look too difficult. I have watched videos. This was really simple, so I didn't really like care too much. Like I wasn't worried going into this. That there's more steps, so it's like more of a puzzle than this. But anyways, once I get started on that, you'll see that. Mark, you're like the sound effects.
Soundboard.
Yeah. What's up, you guys? So I'm no longer at Marco's house. It's actually the next day. I came to the gym real quick before work, but basically these were the first rotors I installed yesterday, and the what's it called? Jeez, I can't speak. The heat shield right here in the back, it was kind of rubbing against the rotor last night, and I had a feeling it wasn't the new rotor or the brake pads because I had just installed them. And the caliper itself is good. Just took the wheel off this morning, and then I bent that back. These were a fucking pain. It took me 4 hours. It wasn't actually that hard to like do everything, but then once it hit 7, we had like barely any daylight. The retaining clip that held back the e-brake arm inside was a fucking pain because I had no tools to take that off. I sort of did it with like pliers and like a clip remover, like when you take like panels or stuff off. That's what I used, and it took a while. And on the other side, it actually took even longer because I had put the arm on backwards. Okay, so what I was saying was that my arm, well, the e-brake arm, I noticed it wasn't on the right way because it wasn't going on, and the cable was like basically like bent, and it wasn't making sense. So what I did was I put the tire from the other side under the car, and I had my 2-ton jack and then the jack the car came with, and I took this one off just so I can mirror it and make sure that I'm putting it on right. And that helped me a ton because I was able to actually put it on correctly. But before I even put it on the first time, I think I did put it on correctly, but then my ADD kicked in and I was doubting myself. But it is on correctly now and everything's working fine. And then the other thing is these housings came in, and you see how this one sits flush for an aftermarket OEM headlight. When I pan over here, it doesn't. So when I bought this car, you couldn't tell it was in an accident, right? But if you look closely, right there, it's all bent, and that's causing this light to sort of face upwards a little bit. So when the lights are on, this is like facing more up. But I did notice that already last night. It's like night and day difference. I can see a lot more. the lights are brighter basically. But yeah, look here, you can see too, it's like really bent. And I tried to bend this and like push these clips down a bit, so to give it more room. But what I had to do was where the fender bolts are, so here and here, there's another little hole, and I grabbed the clip from the other side of the old headlight. There's like a clip, and that's how you insert the actual the bolt, the old bolt onto the new headlight. But since it can't mount here because it's not giving, I'm just gonna order another one of these parts, and I still have to get a bumper for the car. But I'm gonna order one of these brackets, and it'll sit more flush. It was a lot easier to sort of diagnose like what the actual problem was once the bumper was off, but you can tell it was an accident because if you look here, it's all bent in. Other side is completely fine. So all this stuff came in the same day, but the brake kit came in first. Then when I was working on the car, the lights came in, and I couldn't go home and pick them up because the car was on drags. And this is like super easy. It's literally just a bolt here, a bolt up here, and then the bolt back here, which this bolt I actually used for this side because this was only held on by one bolt originally, and it just gives it a little bit more it's more firm basically. It's not wobbling and whatnot. And also I have a towel in here because yesterday I was wet and whatnot. The seat's not wet, but just in case there is brake dust on there, I don't want to get my shorts all dirty. Oh, and then the other thing too, I don't think you guys saw, well, I didn't really show this. Last time I showed this was like at Panda Fest. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Panda Fest. But basically this is my sponsor Ver, and yes, my hands are still dirty from yesterday. I try to get all this stuff off. It's really hard. How is there brake dust up here? That doesn't make sense. But anyways, I got a 3-pack, and then I also got the one in the front. It sort of finishes it off right here. Makes it look a little more clean because there's just like empty space right there. But yeah, and I got this one. It says fear of failure, and this just resonated with me just because, I don't know, that's what's pushed me a lot is failure. Being scared to sort of do something, take the risk, but you do it anyways, and if you fuck up, you fuck up. If you don't, then you don't. But I just resonated with that I guess quote. It's not really a quote, but the saying, I guess. But look, I'll show you guys real quick what I was talking about. Also, the doors, you can see like it's not really stuck on. I'm gonna redo these. I might order actual like suede stuff online instead of going to like a fabric store. But it's hard to, well, actually no, it's not that hard to tell, but you could tell this one right here is facing more up, and during the nighttime it looks even funnier. But I really don't mind as long as it's working, and they work great, so I don't mind too much. So I wish I was able to actually show you guys the process of the drum brake installation, but there was no light, and this phone during the nighttime is just terrible. And then the other thing too is I was using this phone as a flashlight and also watching a video at the same time, and it was just a pain. And yeah, but it's on. Everything's on the car. The lights I did this morning. That's basically going to be it for this video. I wish I was able to make a longer format video where I went through the drum brakes as well, because the fronts were pretty basic. You just take off the rotors, install the new rotors, the clips, and then the pads. But the back, it's literally like a puzzle. You got to take springs off, clips, adjusters, and yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily that hard once you get it down, but it's just a lot more steps. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I have work in like 3 hours. Also, I stabbed myself so much trying to take the clip off of the e-brake arm. It's almost like a horseshoe, but it's pinched onto the e-brake arm in the brake drums. And I was grabbing like, I wish I could show you. I could, but I don't want to grab it. It's basically like the tools you take like this stuff off, just like peel it back, or they like clips basically. I was stabbing myself so much yesterday, and like here, my hands are messed up. But basically here, I pinched myself with the pliers, and it was a pain. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I think I might order some stuff for the G. I just don't know exactly when. When I do, or anyways, when I do, you guys will know. But yeah, I'm gonna probably head home, rest, because I went crazy in the gym. And I might make a gym video too, but I don't know, because there's a lot of people and I don't want to make anybody feel awkward. So yeah, deuces.